Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambeau channel. Does Ripple issue licenses to build on top of the XRP ledger? No, of course not. That's stupid. STOOPID, stupid. The XRP ledger is decentralized and permissionless, but still, in 2021, with effectively like the sum of all human knowledge at our fingertips via computers, tablets, and smartphones, people still cannot be troubled to figure out basic facts about Ripple and XRP before forming strong opinions. And so I think it goes back to frequently a lot of times people just don't want Ripple to be good. They don't want XRP to be good for whatever ideological reasons they have. And for some people, it's just genuinely they've been misinformed. But there's a developer that was mocking this idea because there's a thread that occurred. And I'm going to run through the thread because it's a fun learning opportunity. And I just find that these threads, these back and forth, are just entertaining as hell. And it's how I continue to learn, and it's how I learned my entire foundation of the understanding of what XRP is and how it's being positioned in my earliest days in crypto, just watching people debate back and forth. And I just wanted to see, okay, who had the facts and who had the better ideas. That's what I was looking for, effectively. And so I went in as a blank slate, and after watching everybody duke it out, I was like, wow, these Bitcoin maximalists don't know a damn thing. Like, I'm not kidding you, and I don't mean this in any sort of braggy way. It's more like pathetic for the Bitcoin maximalists. But after a few weeks, I realized that I knew more about Ripple and XRP than they did. And I was like, I've been in crypto 3 weeks, son. Like, what in the ever-loving hell? But this is what we're working with. So I do want to be clear at the outset, I don't have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who likes to make YouTube videos as a very fun hobby about Ripple and XRP and crypto and all those lovely, lovely Bitcoin Maxi trolls. And so here's a tweet from a developer named Eva, who wrote the following all up on the Twitters. How am I building my startup on top of the XRP ledger if it's centralized? Or do you think I got a license from Ripple? We live in the information age, and being informed costs nothing. Do your own research. Indeed, truer words have never been spoken. And so that was what was written while also retweeting this thread, which I'm going to jump into now. Because it's from somebody named CryptoBag_yo. I'll just call him CryptoBag for the purposes of this video. And Ripple employee Matt Hamilton also jumped in with another member of the XRP community who has been around for years and years and is very well informed. And so here we go. So here was the initial tweet that kind of set this off here. This is from CryptoBag. Anyone who wants centralized coins like XRP to be number one unknowingly want to continue to be debt slaves by the central bank / Federal Reserve global monopoly. Whoa, that's a big thing to say. Like, there's actually a lot going on right there. Okay, so the fact that I like that XRP is being utilized in enterprise-grade software. The fact that I know that it's helping some of the poorest people on the planet move money around, expatriates moving money back to their home in the original countries. The fact that this is happening and it's technologically a substantial improvement. This means that I want to be a debt slave. And apparently, you listening to this, I'm assuming you're an XRP holder. I'm assuming that this must apply to you. Then you want to be a debt slave by the central bank / Federal Reserve. It's just like it's missing the entire mark. It is important to have decentralized cryptocurrencies. Of course it is. In fact, Ripple couldn't successfully implement XRP as a bridge currency if trust were an issue. And the only way that trust is not an issue is if XRP actually is decentralized. And so this gentleman here put out some interesting sounding big picture stuff that is just wrong from the base level. It's absolutely wrong from the base level. And mind you, so like I'm not a down with the banks, down with government type of guy. I never have been. Not that I'm a fan of everything that happens, but I'm not one of those anarchist guys, like especially from the early days of Bitcoin. No. Let's be an adult about this. Let's be a little more sophisticated. Banks aren't going away, nor do I want them to. Governments aren't going away, nor do I want them to. But there are ways to make things better. And given that history shows that that governments, they do debase their fiat currencies. Of course, it's fantastic to have somewhere you can convert your money into cryptocurrency by purchasing it on cryptocurrency exchanges from somebody else, just by the open market speculating. Of course, that's fantastic. Of course, that's very appealing here. And so Matt Hamilton, a Ripple employee, jumped in and wrote simply, XRP is decentralized. That is the entire point of it. And then CryptoBag responded, XRP is moving like it's centralized to me. Who are they trying to do business with? The people that they're trying to do business with, we're supposed to be getting them out the paint. And so this goes back to, undoubtedly, this whole idea that XRP is the banker's coin. Of course, Bitcoin, no, it's not the banker's coin, adopted by JP Morgan, Goldman Sachs now, because they found a way to make money on it. No, that's not the banker's coin anymore, right? No, it's still XRP. Never mind the fact that anything that XRP can do, Bitcoin can do, and vice versa. So if you don't think that Bitcoin can do it, why is it technologically deficient, and aren't you alarmed? It's been a funny argument to me. But Michael Dardalillo, a member of the XRP community, jumped in and wrote, XRP isn't a they. You seem to confuse Ripple with XRP. Also, XRP isn't centralized. And then CryptoBag wrote back with all his sage wisdom, yeah, it's they. Aren't they linked together? Also, who have most of the control of the XRP validators? And so he's insisting, he feels strongly about this. He strongly believes that XRP is centralized and that they are doing something. XRP, let me be clear, is not sentient. Okay? It's not a living creature. It is code. And so they aren't doing anything, okay? You can't call XRP they. It doesn't make sense. And so Michael Nardolillo wrote the following response. No, they aren't linked together any more than the Ethereum Foundation is linked to Ether. No one has most of the control. Ripple runs 7 of 150 validators and a handful of 1,000 nodes. Also, the way XRP Ledger consensus works, even if someone ran majority of validators, that's irrelevant, as each validator chooses who they listen to. I could run 1,000 validators, doesn't mean anyone listens to even one of them, so I'd have no network control. Well, yeah, which is true, and that's also why it's been a point that's been discussed before. I don't know that I've ever brought it up on the channel before, but it's this idea that endlessly increasing the number of validators on the XRP ledger, at some point, there's such a substantial reduction in the degree to which it provides decentralization or additional security that it doesn't functionally matter. And so I've seen debates about what the optimal number might be, and I don't pretend to know what that might be. It's just an interesting conversation that I've seen before. There's some sort of point where there'd be such a diminished return that it functionally wouldn't matter. And so I don't know if we're there already, but either way, it's very clear that there are no special permissions over the ledger here. And so then CryptoBag wrote the following. So what projects do you think Ripple will use in its efforts to keep the global central bank monopoly relevant? And then Michael wrote in response, whatever they see fit, and that current solution seems to be central bank digital currencies and RippleNet. Although, there's a point that Ripple employee Matt Hamilton has brought up in the past. I've seen him in interviews, and it's a solid point. It's this idea that, you actually could argue that, because we're talking, look, as far as Ripple positioning XRP to be used as a bridge currency, yeah, it's helping the legacy financial system, but who really has all the power? It'd be the big banks, right? Like the largest banks on the planet, if that's the way you want to look at it, and central banks. And so what you're talking about doing here is leveling the playing field, actually, because right now it's the smallest banks and some mid-sized banks that are actually paying their larger competitors to tap into their existing liquidity. And so with on-demand liquidity, that actually isn't really necessary. You don't have to pay your larger competitor to actually tap into that liquidity anymore, which monetarily would start to even things out, at least to some degree, right? And so they're not beholden to the larger entity. So if anything, even there, to whatever degree, if anything, it's leveling the playing field, even if just a little bit. But the idea this makes it more powerful, no. And then on top of that, I mean, if your precious Bitcoin is so frail that it can't win out against this evil XRP, if that's how you view it, then good luck with your Bitcoin. That's not the way that I see things. So And then the thread splinter off in all sorts of different ways here. And so let me go back to the top here, to the point where Matt Hamilton jumped in and said, XRP is decentralized. That is the entire point of it. And then CryptoBag said the following. XRP is moving like it's centralized to me. Who are they trying to do business with? The people that they're trying to business with, we're supposed to be getting them out the paint. And then Matt Hamilton wrote, as opposed to something like Bitcoin, whose price seems dependent on Musk tweets, referencing, of course, Elon Musk there, and how in recent months, as he said with the things that he said, Bitcoin's moved with perfect correlation. And so then a CryptoBag responded, F what Musk tweets. Again, Bitcoin was made to get the central bank out the paint, period. And he wrote that in all caps, period. And then Matt Hamilton wrote, sure, just like XRP. And that is true. And so what this guy doesn't know, this CryptoBag guy, is that XRP was actually created by three individuals who were early Bitcoin developers. And all they were trying to do was create a better version of Bitcoin because they recognized that there would be shortcomings, especially at scale, with proof of work, mining. They knew that there would be problems. And so they simply created XRP. They thought maybe loosely it could somehow be used for payments, but they didn't know. Like this whole idea of XRP being used as a bridge currency, that wasn't even on the drawing board. It wasn't even there back in their, the early talks in like 2011 and 2012 when this is initially being discussed. And so, no, this isn't something that's designed by nature to help central banks. But, a decentralized cryptocurrency, you can use it for whatever you want. Bitcoin could be positioned for this, except for the same use case, but it wouldn't be a good idea because it would actually add more friction because you'd add expenses and it would be slower here. And so this guy really didn't like hearing this truth here. And CryptoBag wrote, go to sleep. Y'all missing the whole point. Y'all can't even see past October 2021. But this guy here, he doesn't understand. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He simply does not know what he's talking about here. I don't mean any offense by that, but it's just clear that he needs to do a whole lot more research because he doesn't understand the what XRP, like for what reason was it created, and what is the nature of a centralized versus decentralized system. And if something's decentralized and then it's utilized in any way to help the legacy financial system, is it somehow then evil? I would argue no. Because, look, if XRP is the banker's coin, then so is Bitcoin. I'm just saying. And in fact, Strike, there's a company called Strike, I've talked about this, that's led by a guy named Jack Mallers. He's trying to use Bitcoin and Lightning Network to do the same thing that Ripple's trying to do with XRP. So are y'all missing the whole point, as he said? He doesn't even know that. I'd be willing to bet he doesn't know who Jack Mallers is and what Strike is, but they're literally trying to do the same thing that Ripple does. Now, of course, they're going to run into a whole bunch of pain points because Lightning Network today doesn't work. And I mean, there's just, I don't want to get into it in this video. I've really kind of broken that down already in previous videos. But suffice it to say, this is like what the typical Bitcoin maxi thinks, though. And it's just disappointing. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. This is why we can't have nice things. So, actually, I'll wrap up with this. There's a tweet from Alloy Networks, which, by the way, is actually they actually run a validator, an XRP validator, and they wrote, "Love to see any projects to which you've contributed on any chain, but with bag_yo in your handle seems a bit unlikely. Happy to be proven wrong. Any links would be appreciated. Till then, you're just white noise." And so, regardless, I don't go by a name, though, because, like, my name is stupid as hell. It's Moon Lambo. But that's actually just because I have a sense of humor. So I'm going to set the name aside. But still, I would love to see if he does have any sort of experience whatsoever that we're unaware of, because right now it seems to me that he is rather ill-informed. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.